Today is not a very good day at all. Got woken up to a knock at the door, and it was the mailman, and he had me sign something that, you get the time sensitive stuff that you have to sign for. Uh, and it was serving papers for the custody of Zachary. I don't know what's going on with William, something different, I guess. I don't know. I'm just a paramour, so. Um, there's something you need to know about. Everybody needs to know about.
An hour and a half before court. Note that. Note that. An hour and a half before court. We were served papers. That's how horrible the U.S. government is.
So there's something you need to know about.
Fucking pigs.
It turns out that CPS all across the country, you could say, has a fascination with taking Native children from their parents.
My children don't have one Native bloodline in them. They have two. They have Cherokee and Mohican.
So I thought you should know this.
It's so gross how they act in court over the Native blood. It's so fucking gross.
Yeah. They're very, very concerned about that when you're talking in court with them. Have we got any update on the status of the father? Well, no, never. You're never going to have that. The paramour is right next to the fucking wife, but whatever. Do we have any update on the status of the Native blood of the boys?
Every court session.
Every one of them. Do we have any update on the status of the Native blood of the boys?
I'm not the only one.
I want you to just Google CPS seizure of Native children and see what comes up. Because I'm not sure what would come up.
Now they're going after the whitewashed ones.
So there you go. There's a little fucked up stuff for you for today in the realm of what the U.S. government does to people and natives. We want to talk about the history of what the United States has done to the native people of America. Wow. That's real ugly one.
I told the court, fuck your court system. Fuck the U.S. government. Fuck all of you. You're all gonna burn in hell. 'Cause they are. I talked about this. William had to be about 3 when I started noticing this. So 15 years I've been talking about how CPS has been stealing Native children's kids. And it's like as soon as my children were born, I was already in the system. Being harassed as a mother about their blood and their Native heritage, always.
That's pretty weird.
It's very weird, it's very predatory, and it's very creepy. So I started reporting it on the internet. Plenty of natives came by, tell me their stories, because they'd gone through it. I was seeing it in Duluth with the native clans there, of them taking the children. They're still taking the children. Instead of going after those who have brown skin, they're now going after the ones with the white skin. They're going after the whitewashed natives, the ones that have the European blood in them. because their family was raped. You know, my great-grandmother, she was full-blood Mohican. She had the ruddiest red skin you could ever think of. She was full native. Gave birth to my grandmother, Ruth. Ruth, my grandmother, she had violet eyes. And her skin color still had a ruddy red, but was whiter because she married an Irish man. My son's line, they are related to John Smith. And you know how far back John Smith goes and his family with the native people. I think you've seen Pocahontas. If you see Pocahontas, you would know, I guess. So my sons have that North Carolinian Cherokee blood in them. And I think the government is so obsessed with the natives, and I'm talking about the governments of the world, like the Aboriginal people, like people who are native on their land. Because right now, what's going on in all these native cultures around the world is we are having a spiritual awakening right now. And we feel the cries of the planet. And we feel the cries of the Great Spirit. And we know this world is going down a dark path where there's really no turning back. And we're waiting for the Great Spirit to return to Earth so we can be safe again, away from the evil ones. Because the evil ones are what's destroying the earth. The evil ones are what's taking our children. The evil ones are what's destroyed most of our culture and our people. Just think about it. Hundreds of millions of my people have died for essentially white man's land development. And I know a lot of people are laughing because they're like, you are white. Only in skin color and spirit. I'm not white. Never have been. I've never been like them white people. I never was really interested in material things. I was more worried about the animals and the plants. You know, I've been crying about the bees for so long, and so many people laughed at me. There's no extinction of the bees going on. I saw a bee the other day. Yeah, you lie. You lie. Like, nature is not what it used to be, like when I was a child. Like, I remember when I was a child, there was always ants on the ground and birds all over, just birds. The sound of birds and squirrels all over, and different types of bugs, just not ants, but different types of moths and butterflies, types of different plants too, wild plants grew. Now it's just this rough grass that does nothing for the earth or soil. You know, I remember a lot more birds, you know. I can't remember the last time I've seen like a cardinal or a bluebird. I know the finches that were here just a couple years ago, they're gone. And I love that, waking up every morning to the chirping of birds. Such a beautiful spiritual experience.